Ben, can you tell me more about the guitar lessons?
Yes. What specifically?
More about how you started, how it came about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the thing is, I was always a guitarist. This is what I've been doing since I was 9 years old. So I already had that skill. And when I was 17, I started teaching guitar one-on-one with people. Now, when I started learning about internet marketing and learning about business, I suddenly realised that if I filmed myself giving guitar lessons, then I could create an internet business, because I could put these video guitar lessons on the internet and then people could download them, and that separates my time from the money. That means I no longer have to do it. It's then automated. So that frees me up. I can go on holiday then, but my website is still providing my guitar lessons to people.
So how did you spot this need in the market?
I didn't spot a need. Now, most marketeers would tell you that you should research and find a niche market, and I completely agree with that. You should research the market, find a niche market, and create a product for that niche market. However, I did it completely back to front. I took a skill that I already had and decided to produce a product and a service out of it. And at that stage, I didn't know if it would work or not. Excuse me. I didn't know if there was already a lot of people already providing video guitar lessons. So you might say I was an idiot because it might not have worked, but it turns out it did. There's a lot of people looking for guitar lessons, and it turns out there was enough need, there was enough demand, and the product was selling well.
So what advice would you give to fellow webpreneurs who are starting out on their journey?
Okay, starting out on a journey. Right, the first things first, you've got to identify what product you're going to create. You've got to identify what market you're going to be in. You've got to identify what people need, what people are looking for. And that's the crucial bit, because if you decide to produce a product that no one really wants, you're dead in the water. So it's the most crucial bit, and that's the stage where you really got to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say ruthless. You've got to be dead honest with yourself. If it's a duff product, if no one wants it, then don't waste your time producing it. You've got to be dead sure that people are going to want to buy this. Okay?
Okay. So how have you sort of married guitar lessons with internet technology?
The way I see it, there's basically three types of services you can provide if you're going to be an internet entrepreneur. I think you can either provide information that's like an e-book, that's written text, like a Word document or a PDF or something like that. Or you can provide audio, MP3s that people can download, or you can do video. To me, that's the three main things you can do as information products, okay? It just seemed obvious that I could film myself doing a video guitar lesson and put it on the internet. Now, some people might say, well, that's not really ideal. Surely it's better if you're with the person one-to-one. Well, you know what? I just did it and it seems to work. It's fine. I make sure I explain the lesson thoroughly, and my students are really happy with it.
So, how do you go about promoting the guitar lessons?
Okay, what I did, I created 12 free video guitar lessons and I put them on YouTube. Now what happens is thousands of people view my free lessons on YouTube, because you've got to remember, there's millions of people all over the world that want to learn guitar, and they're sat at their computers searching and going to YouTube and typing guitar lesson in or something like that, and my lessons pop up. So they see my free lessons, and then there's a link where they can go to my website, and this YouTube marketing, the way I do it, it generates over 200 new subscribers every day to my website, so it works perfectly. It's amazing.
Excellent. Can you describe in brief the guitar lessons web business model, just in general?
Yeah. Okay. Have you heard the term two-step marketing, which is the idea where you enroll potential customers by sort of first giving them free information or some sort of teaser like this. So that's what I did. I said, if you come and sign into my website, give me your name and email address, then I'll give you 12 free video guitar lessons. So once they're on my database and I've got their name and email address, and when they've seen my 12 free guitar lessons, then I tell them about my main product, which is my other lessons, which I'm going to sell them, okay? So it's in two steps. First, you give them something free, and then you sell them your product. Second, okay?
So So how do you communicate to your audience with regards to the web? I think you mentioned it before, but how do you communicate?
Okay, so firstly, YouTube. So they see my free videos on YouTube, and that's accounts for probably 95% of my marketing. Okay, so it's totally free traffic. They see it on YouTube and they come to my website. Once they come to my website, in order to see more of my free stuff, they've got to put their name and email address in. Now, this is vital for internet business. The number one rule is get their name and email address, because once you've got their name and email address, you can then contact them regularly to say, you know, I brought out a new guitar lesson, you know, you can get a discount this week, or, you know, all sorts of different promotions like this. You can keep contacting them. So make sure you do that.
So what challenges have you faced using the internet as a medium of your business delivery?
Well, one of the challenges I faced with V-Guitar Lessons is it was quite a complicated website. And the video files are quite large. They're like, some of them are 100 megabytes. Now, if you bear in mind, I got 30,000 users that are constantly using the site and downloading these huge files. I was finding that the website was a victim of its own success. The server was actually getting overloaded and it was crashing. So that's the main obstacle I've had to deal with, which you might say is a good problem, because it's a problem that's come about because it's been so successful. So I had to upgrade my server a couple of times. Now, video is particularly large files, so if you're selling something more simple like an ebook or even just some audio stuff, then that's probably going to be a smaller file and you're going to experience less problems like that.
So what's your vision for V-Guitar Lessons?
Well,
Future.
the main thing that I need to do is create what they call an upsell. Because once you've sold, first, remember, you've given your customers some free content for nothing. Then you sell them on a small ticket price item, which is my guitar lessons that are $12.95. Or you might be selling them an ebook, which is maybe $27. Anything less than $50, people they'll give it a go, usually. They'll be willing to spend that. Now, the thing is to create another product, which is what they call an upsell. So you can sell them a more expensive product later on. So what I'm going to do is bring out a DVD, which is going to have all of my guitar lessons on it, and it's probably going to be something like $97, maybe $147, something like that. And I'll be able to make a lot more money on the upsell.
What have you found it has been the best way to connect to your web audience?
Well, like I say, once you've got their name and email address, you can contact them with emails as much as you want. So if I decide I want to do a promotion, I could decide, okay, this week I'm going to give 20% discount on all my guitar lessons. So I create an email that will then go out to 30,000 users, and you know and then the sales start rolling in. So you know, getting their name and email address is absolutely vital. You must do that, because then you can contact them and keep, you know, every time you contact them, it's more opportunity for them to buy from you.
So what facets do you feel are useful for a webpreneur? What qualities do you think you need to become successful?
Okay, you've got to be willing not to be perfect. Your product, your website and your business will never ever be perfect. So when I'm creating something, if it's 80 or 90% there, that's it. It's online, it's on sale. Because if I sit around trying to make something perfect, and there's people that do this, and guess what? They never end up finishing it, and they never end up in business, because the product will never be perfect. Do you see? So you've got to be willing to say, yeah, that's good enough, that's going to be useful to people, I can sell that, that'll do, get it on sale. So you need to be quite blunt.
What other skills and abilities do you feel you need to sort of keep going when things are not working the way you want? And
yeah. You've got to realise that the ups and the downs are all part of it. There's going to be times where nothing seems to be working, you know, your web programmer's late finishing your website, you know, nobody seems to be buying anything, you know, the server's crashed. All these type of things happen, but that's all part of it.
Thank you, Ben.
Cool.